Okay, good afternoon and welcome to 802 Scoop, live from 185 North Main Street in Barrie. I'm trying to get used to this new camera setup that Michael has. I don't think that I like it. When he sits here, he sits a lot further away from the desk, and that's not the same with me. So I feel like it's like all up in my face.
Yeah,
Drives me
it's like
crazy.
when somebody else drives your car and you have to adjust.
Yeah, all of that stuff. So I'll learn to fix it the way I like it, but
Yep.
until then, beautiful sunny day. It's actually a little bit cold, but not horribly bad, and at least the sun is shining. We are expecting a little bit of snow overnight into morning, but only 1 to 2 inches, and we have to expect that in March.
Sugaring weather, right?
Sugar snow, they call it, and
Yep.
so we have to live with that. But yeah, so joined today in the studio by Tracy Haynes, Giroux General Transport, and you're going to talk to us all about the April 13th class that's coming up and all of the information about that, but not just this class, classes that you have throughout the year that can help and support people in their new career or improving their careers and going forward. So
Absolutely.
take it away, Tracy.
So our next class will start on April 13th. It's going to be a evening class with 4 to 9 p.m. It will be held here in Barrie. We are the oldest and largest CDL school in the state of Vermont. So with that being said, we can always take large groups of people. We have 5 instructors, plus my husband makes 6 licensed instructors. We have several tractor-trailer trucks. I think we're at 9 right now.
Oh, wow.
So there's availability to take up to 30 students. So we can take a lot of people at a time and break them into groups, and everybody gets their instructor and their vehicle and an assignment, and they go through the stations that way. With that being said, our last class, we got some students that came in and some people that called us, and they kept saying, well, we were told that your class is full, that there was no availability. And I'm like, well, you should never, ever take someone else's word.
No.
Call me directly. I'll tell you how many people we have, how many people we can take, etc. If you have questions and concerns about being able to fit in, please just call me and we'll work through that. But absolutely not full, especially this time of year,
Right.
because it's mud season and it's in between, and people are like, okay, do I want to take it now or do I want to wait until summertime when the weather's nice, or do I want to take it now because I'm laid off, or whatever your situation is. Everybody's different. So always contact me. Find out when the next classes are starting, what the availability is, what times it's running. I got a call just a few minutes ago. Do you have any daytime classes? We don't have any daytime classes again until July. July, the Monday after the 4th of July holiday, we will be starting one in Bradford. So it'll be at the Riverbend. If they want more information on a daytime class or attending that one, please give me a call. Those fill up fast. The slots down there are 10 to 12 students because of the classroom space we have. We do that for the school every summer. It's not just students that can go there, it's anybody. So that's the next daytime. Then the evening ones we run every 6 weeks year round. So we have the next one on April 13th, and then we got another one starting the end of May, and then again in July. So it's like every 6 weeks we're swapping out a new roster.
Yeah.
So obviously we can fit a lot of people in throughout the year. Like I said, we have 5 instructors right now, plus my husband, who's a licensed instructor. So there's 6 that we can shuffle through and get everybody what they need. If they're not working well with an instructor, if they're not easily to understand them, we can swap them to another instructor so that they maybe can learn. Everybody learns in different ways. Some people are quick and are picking things up and then other people need more processing time. We try to accommodate that. If there's someone who's having a hard time with like memorization of the pre-trip or something like that, then we try to assign an instructor to work with that person with whatever they're struggling with, whether it's backing, whether it's hill stops, whatever. We try to assign somebody to work with them repeatedly until they've got it. So we process.
I'm just guessing that you don't get that everywhere, where you find somebody that's willing to meet
A
you
lot
where
of-
you're at, and
Yeah.
you're not just rushing people through. You really
Exactly.
are taking the time and the care to make sure that
Exactly.
the drivers that come out of your classes are
Trained.
well trained, well informed,
Right.
and probably know that they can go back to you
Absolutely.
at any point in time with questions,
Absolutely.
concerns, or if they need help.
The other thing is, if they're not, like, say they're there for an A. An A is approximately a 6-week course. If at the end of their 6 weeks, they're still having problems with, shifting or hill stops or timing the lights or some technical thing, we don't say, well, your 6 weeks is up and you're done. No, my husband is so patient. He will be like, we'll deal with it. You just need to keep coming back. We'll put your road test out a little bit, and we'll fix it before you road test.
Yeah, we'll get you
So
there.
sometimes we have students that are, and they're out in 5.5 weeks. They've been driving trucks without, the proper license, or they've been working for their parents or on a farm or someplace where they've had not taking them on the road, but
a lot
actually
of
have
experience.
been shifting the gears and backing up the trailers and doing the bits and pieces. So they pick it up quick and they're in and out. There's others that have been with us almost 3 months, because 2 classes. So 2 6-week classes. Sometimes they need that extra class for the extra backing time or the extra docking or whatever it happens to be. So a typical class will look like, you come to us with your permit and your DOT medical card. We take you from there through the first week of ELDT classroom training, which is mandated by the federal government. It's a bunch of safety videos and PowerPoint presentations, a couple of short quizzes, and it's done. After that, you're outside for the next 5 weeks or 6 weeks or whatever it takes you. The second week, we do drug screening, and then it's pre-employment drug screening, but we have to do a drug screening before you drive our vehicles. It's the federal government's law. And then we do all of the pre-trip evaluation, which is, it's long. You got to do in cab, you got to do out of the cab, you got to do the trailer. You have to learn all the bits and pieces, and in the order in which the state requires you or the federal government requires you. And you have to say the right terms. There's different words for different parts, and you have to know them, and you have to be able to touch them and say them and tell us whether they're working or not. So we work on that really hard the second week. But then after that, the rest of the time, you're in a station. Every day you will pre-trip to keep it fresh in your mind, and then you will go to backing or docking or coupling and uncoupling, or you'll go to on-the-road driving, where you will practice everything from hill stops to timing the traffic lights to everything you need. So each station you have to be tested and evaluated and found competent within a 3.8 grade point average. So we have these checklists that our instructors have to fill out at the end of every night, saying, this is what you did, this is how well you did, this is what you need to work on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then those come to me, and at the end of the day, and then at the end of the week, and at the end of the term, I have to turn all of those in to the DMV. I have to report in what you learned, how long you were in each station, how long you attended, how many hours you've got in, whether you were on time. Every aspect of the class has to get completely journaled in, and then they let you road test. But they won't let you road test without going through each station and getting a good grade.
And over the last, even just since I've been talking to you about all of this, there have been some changes because you have to get the permit ahead of the class now. You have to.
There is a few
are
changes. And getting the permit and the DOT medical card, it's not mandated by the federal government, but it's mandated by most of the CDL schools in the state of Vermont. And that is because DMV is very short-staffed. And it's taking them forever to get people permit appointments and getting people through in a timely manner. So you may call today and you might not be able to permit test for 3 weeks.
Right.
So how can I give you a 4-week course if
put
you
you on
can't
the
even
road.
get your permit in
Right.
till 3 weeks? So if you come to us with the permit, and you can't pick up your permit without a DOT medical card. That's the government. It's mandated across the board. So you go to a DOT physician and you get a DOT card, you make your permit appointment, and you get your permit before you come. Now, here's a little bit and piece. A lot of people do not realize that the CDL manual for the Vermont DMV is available on the Vermont DMV website. Completely free. You can have it read to you if you're having a hard time reading the words and the technical terms or whatever. You can have the book read to you. You can read it online. You can print it off. It's available on their website, 100%. If that doesn't work for you, if you don't like using the computer for that, you can stop by any DMV and pick one up. They're free. Okay? The other thing I want to say is there's 2 websites that we offer our students to prepare for that permit test. So there's cdlstudybuddy.com and there is thetruckersreport.com.
And we'll make a post and link these in.
Absolutely.
So that people have them.
Those are completely free websites that you can take your permit practice test over and over and over again so that you're confident when you go to DMV to take that test. They're worded much the same. They are set up on the computer screen just like they are at the DMV. So it's easy to understand. And they're free. There's no sense in purchasing an online website or a link to study. I had one student call me a couple of days ago and he said, "Oh, I paid for a website so that I could go in there and take practice tests." And I'm like, "Oh, I wish you had called me first. Here's a couple of free ones." And we recommend them highly. They are set up to prepare you for the DMV. So the wording and the technical terms, they're very, very, very similar. So once you get those 2 things, the next thing we should talk about is funding. A lot of people can't afford $7,500 for an A or $4,500 for a B. Or to upgrade from a B to an A, it's $5,400. So those courses are expensive. We get that. It's expensive to run a tractor trailer. It's expensive to insure my students. So yes, it is expensive to take the class. However, vsac.org, vsac.org, has a non-degree grant. That is called the Advancement Grant. The Advancement Grant is the only one on their website that will cover a trade school such as ours because you're getting a license and not a degree. Okay? So that is the first place I send people. This time of year, unfortunately, they are out of funding. So then we would send people through the Department of Labor. The Department of Labor has what they call the WIOA grant. And I have the direct contacts for the CDL division. The Department of Labor has funding for trade schools as well. And you have to be 18 years of age. You have to be a Vermont resident for at least 12 months. And you have to show proof of like your social security card, your birth certificate, and that kind of thing. And you have to be within an income range. Now everybody's different. They always ask me, well, what's the income bracket? It changes for every household. So I don't know the actual numbers, that would be something to ask them, but it's worth the 15-minute application for sure, because either they will pay a portion or they could pay it all. They even have funding in that WIOA grant if you need new boots to come to class. Say you don't have something that's suitable to get in and out of tractor trailer, they'll give you a voucher to Lenny's that can cover a winter jacket, or it will cover, mittens, whatever you need, okay? They give you a voucher to go right down to Lenny's and get a pair to take the course, so that you're preparing yourself not only to take the class, but you're ready to be hired when you get done. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. The other thing is agency of transportation. If you are a woman or a minority, there's an automatic $1,500 for you. You don't have to meet any income criteria or anything. You just have to be a woman or a minority. And that money's automatically there for you. And they do it this way because women are considered a minority in our field. So that's important to know. I have 2 women in our class right now. We have, I want to say almost every single class, we have at least 1 or 2 women that join us, which is nice to see because we can do this too. I mean, I have a lot of people who are like, I want to go to work for my husband. I want to pull that trailer, and I want to save our family some money. And they absolutely do.
And I mean, you have at least one daughter that has
already driven a tractor trailer.
Already driven.
Yes.
And
I
mean,
she's only 4'10" too.
I mean,
she's a tiny thing.
Those girls always amaze me anyways. They're something else. But
they are.
When talking about all of this funding too, I think that it's important to also mention that you work with a lot of employers in the state of Vermont. A lot of people come to you and say, hey, we're looking to hire. And,
Absolutely.
And a lot of those places, a lot of times, will
pay.
Sometimes foot the whole bill,
Correct.
But at least help with some sort of sign-on contract or
Absolutely.
something.
I'm going to give you an example. So, Irving Oil. Irving Oil, we work with them on a regular basis. They are great people to work for. They pay their employees well. They treat them well. They will hire you on, just a regular driver's license, as long as it's valid and you don't have any convictions on it. You haven't had it suspended or whatever. If you've got a good driver's license and a good driving record, they will hire you with that and then send you to school, and they'll call me and they'll set everything up where I bill them directly. They pay for the class as long as you work for them afterwards for X amount of time. Most places, it's like, work for us for 2 years, we'll pay for all of your CDL. That's not a bad deal because you're getting on-the-job training, behind-the-wheel time.
Right.
For those 2 years, you've got all the practice in the world right at your fingertips.
Yep.
So that's all something to think about. And anybody who wants more information on that can call me, and I will definitely be like, hey, come by the classroom. We have an entire board of people who are hiring CDL drivers right now. There's such a shortage all over the United States that there are, I think I probably have at least 30, maybe 40 jobs listed on our bulletin board for CDL
we're
drivers.
definitely coming into a busy CDL season with
Absolutely.
paving and everything else. So
people are looking for dump truck drivers for the summer.
Yeah, and if you already are employed by one of these companies, maybe you're doing something else, you should always check in with them and say, hey, I'm really considering doing this. Is there room for me to advance here from what I'm doing if I sign up for this class?
Absolutely.
Always ask. Like you say, there's no dumb questions.
There's no dumb questions.
You don't put it out there, you don't know.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And if I don't answer my phone, it's because I'm either on the other line or I'm with a student or I'm doing something like this. But I'll call you back as soon as I'm free.
Yep.
So don't hesitate. Leave me that voicemail and I'll call you as soon as I'm free. The other thing is I want to talk to everybody about the difference between an A and a B license, okay? An A is the most hireable license you can have, okay? An A entitles you to drive just about anything except school bus because you'd have to have a special endorsement for passenger. But you can drive just about anything else. With a B, you're limited, very limited, to like box truck, dump truck without a trailer. You can't put a trailer and tow any equipment. If you put a trailer behind your Class B vehicle and it's rated for more than 10,000 pounds, even if that trailer is empty, you're over your limits for your Class B license. You're breaking the law. So when DMV stops you, or DOT, they are going to fine you. And why take that risk if you can go to class, get the A, even if you want to just drive a dump truck and put, say, a mini excavator or a bobcat or something on a trailer and haul it to a job site. You have that ability. An A license is the most hireable. People will look at that and say, okay, they put in the time, they put in the effort, they know what they're doing, they've been trained properly. When you go and you go for a 4-week course and you get your B, it does get your foot in the door for some jobs, like say you want to just haul fuel oil. You go, you get your Class B, you get your hazmat, you're good to go. But if you want to apply for anything that might possibly put a trailer on the back of your vehicle, you really should just do the A the first time around and save yourself a bunch of time, a bunch of money, and just go for it. In the long run, we're your job reference for 10 years. We have to keep all of your driving records and all of your classroom hours, everything on file for 10 years. They have to be available. So once you leave us and say, something happens and there's an accident, the state police investigate it, they contact me, I have to meet with the state police and pull those records. I have to show the state police, this is who trained them, this is how many hours they spent, this is the grades that they got, this is how many days they attended, this is what their driving record was when they were with us. We have to show proof of all of the training. It falls back on us as instructors to be accountable for your classroom time, your school time, your training. And that's why there's all these guidelines we have to follow about how much time and grade you get in each station to find out whether you're competent enough to be behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler on the road with public alone.
So when you're talking about A versus B, I'm sure that there are some people that say, I don't really know if I want to do this, so I'm going to start with B and maybe I will upgrade. But like you said, that's going to cost time and money for that. And then you spoke about endorsements. Endorsements, are those classes that you have as well for people to get those upgrades?
That's a good question. So endorsements are things like doubles, tanker, hazmat. Those are all things that you take a separate test for. So we do offer hazmat theory class, which is mandated by the federal government that you take that before you go to DMV to get your endorsement. For our students that come to us for their Class B or Class A, we offer that during your classroom time with us for free, included in your tuition. Anybody who just needs to add hazmat to their current license, it's $100. It's a 3-hour training. You take a test. We put it immediately into the Federal Motor Carriers database so that it's recognized by the DMV within 24 hours.
Oh.
Okay? So then hazmat is the only one that's going to require that, but you're going to have to do fingerprinting for hazmat, which is done through the internet. And we can give you that link if you need it. And then after that, you would go down to the DMV when you get your results back on your background check. then you could take your endorsement test with DMV. It's not, it sounds like a hard process, but it's really, really not. It's just stages that you have to go through to get the final result. Because it's kind of important that you know all the ins and outs if you're going to haul something like fuel over the railroad tracks and whatever. So there's bits and pieces to all of that. Tanker, doubles, those kind of things. We have some paper tests, and we can show you in the book where to study for those, and you can take the little paper tests and all of that. It's covered a little bit during the classroom session, but then you take those endorsement tests at DMV afterwards. That classroom time is not mandated by the federal government, but we do offer that stuff to help you prepare yourself for that endorsement test. Because, and that's again not something a lot of people do because it's not mandated yet. So, but that's something we do offer.
Yep. Nice. I mean, I get confused just listening to you. It's a lot to keep track of.
It is.
And so, as I said, that's why you always say there is no dumb question.
Absolutely.
And just because you're not thinking of something right this second doesn't mean you can't call Tracy an hour from now, 10 days from now and say, oh, I forgot, or by the way.
Right.
You truly are there, and that's the big difference of
And if I know the
local
answer, I'll give it to you. If I don't know that answer, I'm going to take down your information and I'm going to research it and find that answer. We've had some people come from, say, Oregon and Washington, come to Vermont and be like, I need to do this, this, this. What do I do? Who do I contact? What can you help me so that I can come to class? I'm like, absolutely. So I give them all of the information I have, all the contact numbers, all the places to get a hold of, and they, in turn are like so, grateful, but they always forget, or they don't write something down, and then they call me back and go, I think I put this in wrong.
Yep. So can you help?
And I help them out, and I get them going in the right direction, and that's my job. I don't mind. I like helping people. So for me, it's rewarding to, help people get through the process.
And that was going to be my next question, and you kind of just answered it. So you don't just help people that live in Vermont. You
Correct.
can help people, and people from other states can take your class.
Absolutely can. Yes, we can. We have a gentleman right now that started class. He started our class with an Oregon license. We helped him set up the appointments, find the place he needs to be, everything, for him to get it changed to a Vermont driver's license so that he could get his Vermont CDL permit. It was slick and easy. Slick and easy. And not only did he, do that, but now he's in class and he's well on his way to get an A. And those are, he's like, I never thought this is where I would be, and he's like, thank you for helping me through this process. I helped him find funding. I helped him find where he needed to be. He was from Oregon. He knew nothing about Vermont.
Yeah.
He's like, where do I go? Who do I call? Do you have a contact number? I'm like, I can do better than that. I can not only give you the contact number, I can give you her boss's number. I can give you the street address so you can, Google GPS it.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in, especially if you're not familiar with the area. But that's why I'm here. I'm absolutely here to help you find where you need to be. And lots of times I will ask callers, what town are you from? Because I'm trying to get them to the closest office to them, not the closest office to me.
To you.
So if I have that information, I absolutely will share it. And if I don't have that information, I can probably give you the people here that can refer you to one closest to you. So like say the Department of Labor, I work with them all through the northern part of the state and St. Johnsbury, and I've even got one right now from Rutland that I'm dealing with. So they're all over. My contacts, I have they're on speed dial practically. I talk to them regularly right here in Barrie on Perry Street. So if I don't know who's next to these people, I will give you their numbers and say, hey, contact them and ask them if they know where the closest office is to you, and they can give you that link and that person's number. And it's as easy as that. Easy peasy.
It is easy. So one more time, you can let everyone know the date of the next class and the times, Monday through Friday.
So our next class, again, is April 13th is the start date. They are going to run Monday through Friday every night from 4 o'clock to 9 o'clock p.m. There will be a few days where you'll be out before 9 if they get that classroom work done on the first day. You may be out by 8:45, but it's close enough. Monday through Friday, every night. People always ask me, do you mean every single night? Yes, every single night, Monday through Friday. For a 4-week or a 6-week course, you have to be there every day. It's a commitment, but it's a commitment for your future.
Right.
It's going to benefit you. And I'm telling you right now, CDL drivers are getting paid an insane amount of money. An insane amount of money. There's a lot of places right now that are starting pay $30, $35 an hour just to start. And there's sign-on bonuses, $4,000, $7,000 to sign on.
And great benefit packages in almost all of the people that are hiring.
Absolutely.
Especially if you get a job with the state, or the opportunities are huge. And,
Absolutely.
When you have something like
when
this.
you have a CDL, it puts your a foot in the door to a lot of different jobs. There's so many out there. So many.
And so I say, hello to the graduates, maybe not this class because you're not quite there, but there's one coming up, and make sure that you're ready to go, because this could be a big deal. I think a lot of people think senior year you got to think about immediately college, but it isn't for everyone. And
we do a lot of 18 to 21-year-olds.
Yeah, and it's a trade.
It is. It's a trade, and it's a well-paying trade that not a lot of people talk about. But if you want to ever see, like, say you want to see the United States before you commit to a certain job, this is a great way to do that. There's a lot of places, Warner, Bellavance, a lot of tractor trailer places that literally will hire you to go run down the, Texas, or out to Kentucky, or, down to Louisiana, and drop a load, pick up a load, and come back, and you're going to be able to see all of that right from
while
your
getting
seat
paid.
While you're getting paid really good money to do so.
Yep.
So there's lots of different things you could, and if you say you're a homebody and I've got kids and I don't want to be over the road, there are oodles of in-state driving that needs to be done. If you think about it, you don't get your groceries at the grocery store without a tractor trailer truck.
Yeah.
You don't get your clothing at stores. Walmart doesn't get its shelves stocked. You don't run a country without having the tractor trailer trucks. It's going to be a necessity for many, many, many years to come.
Yeah.
So they talk about, getting the robot drivers and all of that. They have proven that they only work for short distances. They can't do long distance hauling.
Yep.
Now maybe, one day, 20, 25 years down the road, they may be able to put that in place, but they have proven that they can't do that yet. So that may be something way down the road, but it's not going to be immediate, and it's not going to be, right now is a good time to experience it while you can experience it.
While you can, yeah, for sure.
And the first time I ever rode in a tractor trailer truck, I was like, wow. It's such an eye-opening experience.
Yeah.
Like, you sit really up high over the top of all of the cars.
Of everybody.
Yeah. Like, when you're sitting in a tractor trailer truck and you look out, you can see above all the cars and trucks and stuff ahead of you for quite a ways. And it's a cool thing to experience. It really is. It's a very cool experience to be able to see as far as you can see and realize how much it takes to to run one of these things. I rode with my husband, and we went to Middlebury, and it's a busy place. Middlebury is busy. The traffic, and I was so impressed with the way he was able to maneuver around cars cutting him off and lights, and I'm in awe still. I could not do it myself, but my daughter is like insistent.
Move over.
Yep, she's ready. She said, "Mama, I got a year and a half, and I will be 18, and I'm going to be driving that." So
and I
she's
believe
ready.
it. And I believe it.
She's ready.
Yeah, I believe she will too. I think we've covered everything. I really do. And as always, thank you so much for coming in, and
no
thank
problem.
you for supporting 802 Scoop. We greatly appreciate you, and love to spread the word at what you all have got
appreciate you
going
guys.
on over there. And we'll continue to keep people posted and let them know what you're all up to. And if
Absolutely.
anything new comes along, we'll make sure we share it, because we never know. I mean, we're in session right now in Montpelier. You never know what could come down the pike
Absolutely.
for changes or anything, but you all always roll with it and
do.
are ready to
Move
meet
forward.
it all where it's at and,
Yep.
and move forward. So thank you all, and
you.
thanks for what you do and bringing us all safely where we need to be.
That's right.
Yeah. So take care, everyone. Have a great weekend, and stay safe. Have fun. Go eat some corned beef and cabbage, and maybe have a green beer. So thanks, everybody.